2 more welds to weld on here. On this side. This was earlier this morning. Pretty good weld. Here's a filler. We had to fill from this all the way up to here. So we filled that in. So we have 1 more blade, 2 more welds on this, 2 or 3 more welds, 1 more blade, and then we can start putting the top blade on top. So let me get you set up. And hopefully, bulbs. Hey geezer, what's up? Had to air up the tire. So I kind of left you guys for hanging there, but we are back. What's up? If you're in business, don't advertise. Okay. Let's fire this bad boy up. Start a welding. I should have a thumbnail like, yeah. You didn't fix the sign. If you look at it close, it does say geezer. It will pass and say it. But no, I've been spending too much time trying to get this bad boy welded up. Where did I put my... Threw my welding lead on the ground for some reason. Here we go. We'll weld up along here, and then come up along here. It looks... And then once we get this one welded up, looking good, looking mint. There we go. You know what? Maybe, just maybe, put this welding lead up here, it won't grab it as much. So here we go, fire in the hole. We used a little bit more than a stick for this, so I'm going to sit here, clean it up a tad bit, and then grab another stick and get it going. We're getting quite a bit of these blades done. We have one more right here. Hi Hunter, how are you doing? Fire in the hole. go. I'm up be on Facebook Marketplace some more. Oh yeah, found a Chevy 350, good condition, full bolt main. That's good. Now I want to see if I can find a stroker kit to make it a 350 and a 383. Got a plan for the future. Tristan, remember me? Oh yeah, buddy. How you doing? We are welding up on this wood splitter. And I think one more weld on this side, one more weld on that side, and we can move on to the new blade. So here we go. I'm gonna weld up along here. That second gen Camaro I found, it has no engine in it, which is nice. Okay. Here we go, fire in the hole. Try that again. Geezer, what can you go in to put in the 350? Here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, I might do one more on this side. That should be enough for this side. There we go. Put one more bead on this outside. I'm liking it. That kind of went in there nice. Now I'll do one more bead right along here, and then the last one. Goes right here. So we're almost there. One more. After I get this one welded up. Ow, ow, ow. Fire in the hole. Oh, 2 more inches to do. Holly. Ouch. It's too loud. Okay, here we go. Fire in the hole. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's 1 inch out. Good. Let's make sure that we have 4.5. 4 inches. Good to go. So the reason I have it slanted up like this is so when the wood goes through, it can expand, open. But here we go. There's my chalk. 4 inches. Oh no, that's right on this. Oh, we're gonna have to do the exact same thing we did to the other side. 4.5 is way out here. Oh, I'm thinking of just doing 1, 2, 3, 4. That blade needs to go there. And right about there. So that's where this one needs to sit. I'm gonna chalk that real quick. I might hold it and tack it. Let's find out. See if that will work. Wish me luck, boys. Okay. Three and a half. Where is my, right here. Oh, sorry. Oh. Oh. I should have. Ah. Okay. So let's try to get this thing out. No, it needs to stick. And there's a will, there's a way. So let's try that will right now. So there's 4 inches, 4.5. So this bill just welded on. I'm trying. So this right here, it's almost perfect. Tack it in. That's the problem. Ow! There we go. Four inches. 4.5. 4 inches down there. Four inches. Four. So I think right here is right here. Okay. See what we can do. Let's tack this on. Please don't fall. Here, I'll show you guys. This is what we're needing to fill right now. Kind of like what we did on this side. So let's find a bolt. We need to find a bolt. Dang, that's big things. Let's find a bolt or a piece of steel. What's this? This might work. I'm going to use this to fill it. So let's see if we can get this thing filled. With the, hopefully this is a steel bolt. I don't know. So if I put it right there, aha! I can tack that. I can tack that on right there. Okay. I'm going to tack that on. Oh, come on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld up all this. Why a bolt? Because that's the only thing I could find. So I'm going to weld this bolt in along here, get that nice and welded in. Something fell off. Let me move you guys. You guys see it? So we're gonna weld this in right here, do a couple passes. Once I get this welded in, I'll probably weld up to right here. I'll find another small bolt, weld that, and then we have to get underneath here, weld all this in. With just about 4 inches and 4.5 here. And then on top, 4 inches, 4.5. 15 degrees I have here, so let's weld this bolt in real quick. As a filler. Fire in the hole. Then we have to let it cool off before we knock it off or it'll break. I'm a farmer welder, not a... You're going to break it. LOL. Break what? This? Okay, I'm gonna finish welding up along here, and then we'll cut that bolt off with the welding rod. Here we go, fire in the hole. Actually, I might just leave this. I forgot to show my welds. Oh, I know. You just graduated from welding university. Yeah, I wish. No, I'm a farmer welder, dude. I've never welded in my life. Well, I've never been taught to weld. I just weld, and if it breaks, I try again. And if it fails, I try again. And if it still fails, I try again. I keep trying until I never fail, until I don't fail. So if this fails, we will try again. This weekend, oh, you post them on? Okay, good. Okay, so I got the first. Now I'm gonna come in here, kind of weld that from right here to here. Let's make sure it's. Oh, come on. Ah, yeah. Four inches. 4 inches. 4.5. 4.5. So the wood will come in here and push out. I want all this wood pushing that way. So here we go. We're going to go from here, bring it over to here. Fire in the hole. So that's in there. I hate it when the slack gets in there so tough. Holly, leave my ducks alone. You guys want to see my ducks? Here, I'll show you my duck. Hey, quack quacks. Bye-bye. Holly, no. Is that a concern that my welds didn't have slag? I don't know, dude. I'm doing a stick welder, so I'm gonna have like 10 times more than you. If you're TIG welding, you probably won't get near as much. I don't know. I'm not a welder, so. Okay, so now I'm gonna come over here. See this bolt? And let me bring it down just a tad bit. Or MIG, sorry, TIG, MIG. I don't know, I'm not a welder. So I'm gonna weld this bolt right here. I'm gonna turn down the temp just a tad bit so I don't lose my puddle. I wanna make sure it's at the right temp. Now weld along here, and then we'll get a smaller bolt to go up right here. This is pretty warm. What rig you running? I'm running, let me go look. Here, I'll show you. It's just a stick fade. It's called a Hombart stick, a 205 AC. That's what I'm running. We got it like 10. Cancel. I might have lost you guys. I called the emergency number because I hit the side of the phone. Because I hit the side of the phone too hard. I'll say 35 bucks an hour. No, probably 16 cents. I want to buy, the Harbor Freight has this really cool one that I want to buy, but it's like 600 bucks. So maybe for a later date. Well, I'm going to weld this on, this bolt, get this up. Let me see if I can get a better view for y'all. Harbor Freight has a welding machine. Oh yeah, they have a couple. Thanks for the like. I got 6 likes now. Is it MIG? Well, the one is stick, MIG, TIG, all the above. And that's the one I want to get, 240. This is a 240 amp too. And I'm not going to show you how I have it wired in because you guys would be like, ah! Okay. I've already gone through a pound of welding rod on this. Okay, here we, oh wait. That shit holds. Okay, here we go. Ay, puta madre. Okay. Fire in the hole. I asked a while ago if you're going to use all the rod. Yeah, I bought, if you can see right. Oh, it's over there. There's another one right there, full one. I bought extra ones. What size of stick are you running? 70, E7018, 18th rod, 8th inch rod. Here we go, fire in the hole, baby. And this thing's full of rust, so it takes a little bit while. I only grind when I have to. Oh, come on, baby. So I'm not a welder. So if you see any tips and advice for me, let me know, because I'm learning. Rust makes welds better. Oh yeah. What are the red rods for? Oh, in the back? That's, the rods are welding materials. So these red rods, I found these in an old barn, and they're an ACDC something rod. I've used most of it, but it kind of sucks to weld with, if that's the rod you were talking about. Okay, so I got this. Let's chip that off. So now what I'm gonna do, I wish I could get that. I didn't chip at my welds. Do they just automatically flake off? So, got that welded up pretty good. I don't know how MIG works, so I couldn't tell you, bud. Okay, so I'm gonna get this, kind of fill this in right now. So, here we go. Fire in the hole. Almost, not yet. Fire in the hole. Seen a red welding rod before. I'm talking about, there's a red color. I think there's 6010, or there is 7016, something like that. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I'm running a farmer's welding right now. Always clean your metal before welding. I weld that. I grind as little as possible. Sometimes I take this farmer's welding and welder. I weld up the farmer's welder, and then it gives me a nice clean weld, and then I'll run a stronger weld over it. But today I am just welding. So I'm gonna weld this up a little bit more. I'll switch the camera up, show you the backside. Clean your metal makes your welds bad. Oh, clean your makes your welds bad. Something like that. You will get better results. Every stick has a temp and your setting looks like and our setting looks on your package of sticks. Yes. This one's set for 100 to 140. My feet are killing me. Okay. Okay, I want to bring it back up. Put you on this side. What gauge is the metal? I'm welding 1/2 inch right now. This right here is 3/4, and then my blades are 1/2 inch. And boys, we are empty. Bring you over to this side. So now, I'm gonna weld along here, kind of get this welded up a little bit. Woo! Fire in the hole. Now I'm getting kind of into a bigger gap right here. We're getting there, boys. I still have to weld this thing up. I'm gonna try to, I don't know if you can see this gap, but I'm gonna try to weld this gap up right here. Let me see if I can, yeah, see this gap right here. See if I can weld that up. See if I can flick it to the other side and flick it to this side and flick it all over the place. Here we go, fire in the hole. Why do you go through so much welding rod? Because I break it all. Time to open a new one. Oh, look at that hair. Here we go. Pound number 2. I think these are a pound. This project right here already took a pound of welding rod. I bet if you're a professional, you probably could have done it already and had it done. But this guy ain't a professional, so. Okay. Look at the beauty. Bad boys. Here we go. Been setting them over here. Rod. Ooh, wait a minute. I could use this as a filling rod. I might do that. I have an old one over here. This one right here got a little bit wet, so we'll use that one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to weld this rod with this rod and melt it in there. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah, I need to turn you guys down to see what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm gonna put this right here and melt it in. Fire in the hole. Come on, baby. I lost it. Forgot holding it. Let me clean that up. That's probably gonna look pretty rough. Okay, here we go, boys. Oh, come on. Woohoo! She's fighting me. I would have. I probably would have had a lot better luck if I would have just put a bolt in there. That sucked. But she's full. Now weld over this. weld another one up along here, down there. Let's make sure it's right. 4.5, 4 inches. We're good to go. So I'm gonna kind of work my way up this. Here we go. Fire in the hole. We gotta let that cool off a little bit. Oh yeah. There we go. Fire in the hole. Hi Andy, how you doing, bud? We are building a wood splitter. This is my last blade that I'm putting on. Thanks for the like. And we are learning how to weld at the same time. So now I'm gonna weld along here. Get this bottom half welded up. It's a beautiful day out. Like the other day I was out here working and it was raining and windy and all that. It's about probably 40 degrees out. Beautiful day. Sometimes you just gotta stop and realize how amazing the day is. And you guys are making it better. Okay. Enough of that gay shit talk. Here we go. Fire in the hole. Done with another one. At 84 said good. If you're new, don't take welding advice from me, because this is farming welding. I'm just sticking it in and going. So if you want to know how to weld, there's a lot of good other videos to teach you how to weld. This is how not to weld. We just hope it gets the job done. As long as it can handle 30 tons of pressure, that's all I care about. Fire in the hole. Come on. Okay. I don't know, some of you guys might know if you're welding, but why sometimes it turns like a glassy black. Like right now, it's a very glassy black, and I'm not sure why it does that. Fire in the hole. Come on. I went off so bad. Wow. Oh my goodness. I went on a downhill slope. That's a shame. Okay. I'm gonna call that good for right now. And when I take the blade off, I will flip this up sideways. I do want to put a couple more beads right through here, so we'll do that real quick. Here we go. Oh, hey. I just blew a circuit. So I might have lost the live stream. My Wi-Fi router just went red, my extender. So I might have lost you. Sorry. I'll leave it on for a couple more seconds. I might have to restart it up, but that's what happens when you get your welding too hot. I really don't have a good way to check if the live stream's still going. And I have lost service a lot of times, so if you would help me know if it's still going. Yeah, I might have lost it. I need to figure out a way to know if this thing's still going or not. Because on my side, it still says live. Well, I'm going to finish welding this up and see what happens. It's going, bud. Oh, good. Good. The live stream's still on. Woo! I just got a metal sliver. Yeah, sometimes when I have a Wi-Fi extender out here, and sometimes when I pop the circuit, the Wi-Fi extender goes out, and then if I lose Wi-Fi for a split second, the live stream stops, even if it like reconnects. I need to figure out why, but thumbs up, buttercup. So I'm thinking about adding one more pass through here up top, just because this thing's been hanging out in the middle of nowhere and I have bolts on it. So kind of want to do one more pass through here and make sure we get a good weld through it. Here we, uh-oh. Is that angled enough? This is looking good. Fire in the hole. It's hard to get an angle in here, but we're trying. I'm struggling. Every day I'm struggling. We're almost ready for the top piece. I have like 10 more, two more inches. I think that's one of my roughest looking welds. Okay, time for the top piece. Feeling chipper. Oh yeah. Okay. Now here we go. I'm gonna bring you guys up a little bit. Up and out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blades. Dang a dang a dang 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 a dang a dang dang. Dang dang. So I have this one 2 inches back, 1 inch back at the top. Here's my top piece. Of course. I guess we'll just fill in the gaps right here. I have all this. I'm not going to cut this. I'm going to grind this off right here because that's ugly. But if we bring this right up there, here, I'll show you guys. Here's what the front's going to look like. And here's the back. I think this one's my best one yet on if you push the side of the phone too hard, it calls an emergency number. And I can't afford that. Does it still work for carrots? Does it work for carrots? Don't understand you. I don't know what works for carrots. Oh, we got the likes and the views the exact same. It's 10-10. 10-10. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I think we're filled. Yeah, I'm going to grind this off. I'm going to grind this off real quick. Clean up that. Clean up this. Clean up that. Clean up that. Clean up this. Clean up that. Put it in there. Heat it up. Bring it down. Weld it up. Take the whole thing off. Flip it up. Weld it all up again. But the blades are officially on. Will they stay? I'll let you know. We'll throw a piece of wood through here once we get this top piece on. I'm kind of like a 50-50. Okay. I'm gonna grind this. I hate grinding, but sometimes you have to do what you gotta do. So we gotta do what we gotta do. Grind. You know what? I'm gonna raise you guys up so you have a little better view. Let's see if I can mess up the camera and regret doing this. Because every time I mess with this stupid thing, it ends up being worse. You guys are ready for your heads to spin around and around? There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Got you up a little bit higher? Yes, Sparky time. Yeah. What you doing? So we're building some blades for the wood splitter. And we just finished, that's hot. We just finished welding these on. The wood comes in here and splits 4 inches by 4 inches. The back has a 15-degree angle up and it's a 15-degree angle width. So the first blade is 2 inches in. The second blade is 1 inch. These outside blades are right on the main cutting. I probably won't use the outside blades as much, so it's not as important. And then the main blade. So first it cuts the main log, cuts, then it will cut these two, will cut the next. This one will cut the last one. That's the plan. So now the worst part of the whole job is grinding. So I'm gonna grind some of these old welds off and get it all ready to set on top of here. Weld up. Once I get weld up, I will unbolt everything from the bottom, flip it up, and kind of touch up all the welds. Firewood for the winter. Yes, and I sell firewood. So I have 4 cord of wood that needs to go out in like 3 days. So I need to get this done because I'm tired of pushing it out farther. Okay, here we go. And firewood for myself, yes. Nice. Thank you. Time to flip this thing around. So this is the bottom half that will flip up and set onto here. So this right here would be my blade. So I need to cut some. This is the worst part, is cutting the thing to make the right angle. But I need to get rid of this little bump right here. This little bump, I'm gonna leave that. The wood will just kind of pop up, and then when I bring it back down to split, so that won't bug me. If it bugs me a little bit, I will get rid of it. But I could flip it around. Oh no, then I will have less welding spots, and I don't want that. So here we go, we're gonna get rid of this. Might get rid of that. I don't know yet. We'll find out. I might have to move the camera again. Oh, because you guys are on my light pole and it's getting dark in here. So, let me hold you. Don't get too dizzy on me. You still see? Okay. And then we have light. Woohoo! Now the chat's in the way. I'm gonna bring it down just a tad bit. There you go. So I'm gonna grind up this. Well, this used to be an old table I had. And I think I did on live stream. I cut up the whole table. So this comes from a table. So this is where the legs were. Hey, Holly. This is where the legs were before. So I need to get rid of that. Here we go. Grinding is the boring part. Okay. So, the blade, I should just take this off too. I think I ran into a little problem. What's my square? One minute. Ollie! What's the matter? Why you yell? What are you going after? Okay. You're fine. My dog did yelp for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Oh, I was looking for my square. Right here. Uh-oh. Yeah, I didn't get that straight. Kyle, hey Bill, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Now I'm just grinding. You missed all the welding. Well, now we're going into the boring part. We're grinding this up. We have all the blades here, and well, this is the top. We're putting this over the top, right about there. I'm going to get this welded in so the wood can cut up here. So that's the plan. I'm debating if I want to cut my blade first. Thinking I am going to. What is that for? This is for my wood splitter. Here, I'll show you. So here's the wood splitter. Oh, I was zoomed in. No wonder. And there's my blades right here. So the wood will come in, push through here, and split. And down here, I tapped and died 5 bolts on each side to hold the blade into position. So if I undo these, I can take this whole blade off and replace it with a new one. Okay, that's kind of what I'm shooting for. You see? So now I'm thinking about just building my blade right here real quick. I hate building the blades because they're so not fun to build. And I haven't figured out a good way to build it. So I just trying to think of a good way to make a blade. Grinder, I guess. We're grinding. I hate grinding. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Okay. So right now I'm going to build a blade. I think. So this would be the flat side and this would be the angled side. So the wood can come through, split, pop up like this, go up. That's what I'm doing right here. I got the views and the likes are the same. Thanks. I like seeing that. 13 and 13. Woo woo! If you have a better way to make a knife, let me know. Hey, stop. I know it, bud. We're getting there. My grinding wheel is starting to break apart, so that's not good. Boy, I still have a long ways to go. What can I do to cut this better? What can I do to cut this better? I hate grinding. Ooh. Got a pre-existing one. That might work. I'm gonna try to torch this thing because the grinding just takes forever. Let's try it. Oh. Here we go, boys. we're getting there. Can I see anything? Nope, but I still think it's good. It, woo. Okay. So I got hi Jay, how you doing, bud? And hi, oh yeah, hi, whatever his name. I already said hi to him. Right now I am building the blade for the top half of this. Hopefully I got the angle right, or somewhat close. I can see my breath now. It's a very jagged blade, but let's hope for the best and hopefully we can get this thing going. The blade is coming along. We're getting there. This slag is just tough. Okay, so I'm gonna switch up this thing to my sharpening wheel. I don't know where, right here. So this one does really good at taking the burrs and everything off. So I'm gonna put that one on, try to get this blade somewhat able to cut wood. Ugh. Hello, Odin. How you doing? Still over here creating a blade for the top right here. Once I get that done, then we start welding up on the top half. I'll probably tack weld 5 or 6 spots, take it out, flip it over, and weld it up. Good, good. And you? I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully we're done with this project tonight. I'm hoping, because it's just taking forever. Go. Grind their way. Oh yeah. I made my mind. I'll take a 2nd gen Camaro, then a 3rd gen one. Whoa. I just almost electrocuted myself. Look at this. I'm gonna have to dig into this grinder. But look at that. It just popped. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this grinder apart because it almost just killed me. I went to set it down and it's all the wiring blew up on it. Why can't I keep a grinder? Ah, that's just crazy. I don't know if you guys saw that pop. I set it right there and it just popped like right there in my... That's crazy. Well, the blade is almost done. You can see it's kind of rugged, but it's there. Now, since I don't have a grinder, I'm gonna have to somehow get all that off. When in doubt, you go old school. Hopefully this is a metal file and not a... We want to file this real quick. So my grinder broke, and now I have to file the thing. A file would have been 10 times faster. I mean, are you supposed to use oil on with using a file? There we go. There we go. The blade is done. Oh, hopefully it's done. I just got my whole welding helmet full of grinding. Okay, guys, Here we go. Here's the blade. Ooh, here's the blade. Nice sharp blade, enough to cut wood, hopefully. Backside. There she is. I am going to right there. I need to find, oh, I know what I got. I'm gonna get a piece of wood. This little angle's making it slide down. My ears ringing with the sound of joy. I don't know why, I wear my earmuffs and my ears still ring a little bit. There she is. Well, guys, I'm gonna show you this. Here we go. So there's the wood splitter right there. I'm gonna get underneath there, weld all this up. I'm gonna go charge my phone and my earbuds, and then I'll come out probably in an hour or so, hopefully. And hopefully we can get this welded up, take off, weld it on the other side, and go from there. So you guys take care. See you on the flip side. See you here soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.